है अरहर की दाल और डाल देते हैं दाल, ये 2 चम्मच हल्दी।
Developers often
ये लड़की
what chunga? What chunga?
Welcome back class 10 student. Today we will discuss the question answers of chapter database management system. We will thoroughly do that so that you can get full marks in your IT subject in your board exams. So let's start with this. We do not want any ads. Let me see if it is live streaming or not. Okay, so I guess it's perfectly working now. So let's move over here. What is database? Again, this is taken from NCERT book. Database is organized collection of data. It can store, retrieve and manage large amount of data and store the information in the form of tables. So these two lines you can add in this definition, that you can store the data, you can retrieve the data, you can manage the data, and it is stored in the form of tables. Then what is the purpose of DBMS? DBMS is a software which manages and maintains the data in a database, and it enables many users to access the data from the same database at the same time. It enables organization to easily create the database for a variety of purposes, and you can have your records and columns and various files in this database, right? Then how the data is arranged in database? It is arranged in two ways: flat file and relational file. If the data is stored in a single file, then it is a flat file system and it is used for a very small amount of data. And relational database, it stores the data in multiple tables, and all the tables are connected to each other using a common field which creates a relationship between the tables. So this is what you can write. Then the fourth question is, what do you mean by database servers? Database servers are powerful computers which store and manage the data. Definitely the servers which manage the data are database servers. So these servers are dedicated for the single purpose and help to hold the data and run only by DBMS related software. So this line you need to add, they are run by only by DBMS and related software. They hold the database and they are dedicated to do they are dedicated only for the database, right? The next one is advantages. It reduces the data redundancy, means there is no duplication of data, okay, in a DBMS system. Then sharing of data, many users can access the data at the same time. The only thing that they have to authorize, they are the authority, they have to authorize themselves, okay. Then data integrity means the accuracy and consistency both is maintained. So this is what you can write in this. Data security, definitely the authorized users are only allowed to see and access the data when they enter their ID or username and password. Then there is a privacy, no one else can see your data. So according to the authority given, the person can access the data, right? So this is what you can write. For example, if you log into your Gmail account, then you will see your email only. You cannot see another person's email, and no other person can see your mail until unless you tell them the login ID and password. So this is the privacy, what you can write over here. Then backup and recovery, that is automatically done by DBMS system. In case of failure, recovery is made by the DBMS. Okay. Data consistency means the modification of data, if it is done, it is reflected to all the users. It's not like some, for example, if you register for a train ticket from IRCTC website, then whatever the changes are there, it is going to be same for other users. It means like if you have reserved 5 seats in a particular coach, then those 5 seats will be reserved after your reservation is done, and the other could see that these seats are reserved. It doesn't mean that they could reserve the same seats, right? This is how the data consistency is maintained. Then key features: multiple tables can be created, database can be shared between among multiple users, then backup is done, recovery is done automatically, and there is no duplication of data. Data is consistent, data is integrated, uh, then data is secure. This is what you can write. Okay. Then rdbms, the first of all, the full form, relational database management system, and it is upgraded version of DBMS. RDBMS stores the data in the form of tables. This is important to write. And in RDBMS, because it is relational, so that's why you have to write over here that multiple tables are related with each other, and there is a relationship between many tables, and the data can be accessed through that relation. What type of keys are available in RDBMS? So you have to write about the primary key, composite primary key, foreign key, and even you have the candidate keys. I have explained the candidate key, alternate keys, primary key, composite key, and foreign key. All the keys I have explained in my video in detail. In case you want to know about them, you can refer to the playlist. Okay, that is the very first to second video must be having this, appreciating the concept of database management system. So you need to learn these definitions thoroughly by heart. Okay. Then what are different database objects? I told you that there are 4 database objects: table, form, report, and queries. So table is the primary object, because if you do not have the table, you cannot create your reports, forms, and queries. Okay. Now a table can have columns and rows. The columns, the other name for column is field and attribute. Similarly, rows are known as records and tuples. You need to learn the definition of table, column, and rows. Table is a collection of data structured in the form of vertical columns and horizontal rows. Columns, a collection of data values of single data type. Single data type means the whole vertical column is having only one type of data. For example, if I'm making the class list, I will write serial number and name as the column. Then in serial number, there will be all numbers. In name column, they all will be names. So it is having the same type of data. Name is having the data of character values, or you can say varchar, you can write. Okay. Then we have record. It's a single data item in a table. Please learn this. Okay. A database table can have multiple rows. Next one, what are data types? Data type are used to define the type of data a table can have or a column can have. We have different types of data, like numeric type. Numeric type, we can store numbers or numeric values, right? Then we have Boolean. Boolean will help you to store the answer in the form of true and false, yes or no, or 1 and 0. Then integer are used to store the integers, negative and positive integers. Definitely numeric will help you to store the decimals also. Decimal will also help. Decimal, float, and double, they all are used for decimal precision, where you have the decimal value. Float is having high precision results. Alphanumeric means that you can store the numbers as well as alphabets in this, right? For example, I have in my class there are 2 Varun, so I can write Varun 1, Varun 2. So for the data type for these 2 items is going to be alphanumeric, because Varun is alphabetic in nature and 1 is numeric. Okay. Then we have long varchar, char, varchar, and varchar ignore case. Binary data type, they are used to store the data in the binary forms, that is in the form of zeros and ones. Okay, and what you can store in this type of data: images, music files. Okay, then binary is also of this type, where binary, binary, long binary. Then date and time, we have date, time, and timestamp. Date is used to store the date, time is used to store the time, and timestamp will store both date and time. Now, in how many ways table can be created in base? Using the design view and using wizard. There is one more view which is not being described. There is one more way which is not being described in your book. So you just write two only. All right. Let me see if you have any doubt. Are you there? Okay, no one is here to chat. So we can move forward. Right. Then next one is define the structure of the table. A table is a collection of data components structured in the form of vertical column and row. So you simply have to write the definition of table. Differentiate between tuples and attribute. Tuples means rows and attributes means columns. So you need to write the definition of the two. And also if you want, if it is of 2 or 3 marks, you can create a table where you can label the columns and add 2 or 3 records, and then you can label the records as well. So that will fetch full marks. Okay. Next question is, what is referential integrity? Learn this answer by heart. Referential integrity is used to keep data accurate and consistent. Okay. Data in base can be connected between two or more tables using primary key and foreign key. Constraint. This word you can add in this answer. Constraint. Okay. Referential integrity helps to, if there is no connectivity between the records of the main key table, records can be added to the related table. I'm sorry for that. Then changing values in primary, if there are any dependent records in the linked table, then you can see, you just learn them. I cannot explain it right now because it's not practically there in your base. Okay. And also not in your course, so you can just learn this. Advantages of having relationship is, it saves the time, reduce the data entry, and summarize the data from related tables. And see, when we have relation between the two tables, we can fetch the data from the two tables by relating with the same key. Okay. What is the extension of the database created using open office base? That is .odb, open database. Okay. 3 file formats are .odt. ODT is for your writer file. Okay, that is ODT, open document template. ODD is for ODS. It's ODS. It's not ODD. Okay, ODS is for spreadsheet. You can see the video, live video again for the spreadsheet. I have told you over there that, and it was reflected in the title bar also, that the extension was .ods. Then ODP is for presentation file and ODB is for database files. Now, how many types of relationship? One to one, one to many, many to many. We have learned this, and please write them in case you are asked to explain them or to differentiate between them. Both in one to one, both the relations, both the tables have the relationship, and they both must have the primary key column. दोनों टेबल्स में हमारे पास प्राइमरी की कॉलम होने चाहिए. वन टू मैनी और मैनी टू वन में both the one of the table must have a primary key, so that we can relate the record from one table to another table. Many to many, there is no compulsion of having the primary key in the tables, but there are 3 tables at least in many to many, which is not written here. Now, what do you mean by sorting? In how many ways we can do it? Sorting means arranging the data in ascending and descending order, and there are 2 ways to sort the data: ascending and descending. Next, we are going for this one. How many types of language are there in database? We have DDL, DML, and we also have DCL and TCL. But in your NCERT, I guess these are there. So DDL is data definition language, the full form you need to learn. DML is data manipulation language. Under DDL, this is used to design and modify the structure of the table or database. So you have create command, alter and drop. Create will help you to create the database, alter will help you to modify the structure of the database, and drop will help you to delete the database and the tables in that. Then I'm sorry. Then data manipulation language help you to manipulate the data in the database. Manipulate data, okay, in the database. So that is manipulation of data. So you have select command, insert, delete and update. Select will help you to fetch the data based on a condition, or maybe they're not condition, you are just displaying all the records. Then insert will help you to add the record in the database. Delete will help you to delete the records from the database, and update will help you to modify the data or the records in the database. Then DML command, you already have done this. Purpose of using queries. Queries are the command that describe the data structure as well as manipulate the data in the database. So manipulate means you can change the data. You can update the records. So, and you can also do the calculations. For example, in yesterday we have seen how to display the salary of the employees by multiplying it by 2 or by giving some increment in the salary. So we can do the calculations over there. And then we can also relate the table. We can fetch the data from one or more tables if they are related. Okay, so which clause of select statement help you to display specific data? That is where clause. Where clause up will help you to add a condition. Where clause आप क्या करते हैं? जैसे for example, I want to see the student whose name is Aman. So select asterisk from student. Let's say the name of the table is student, where the name of the student is Aman. So I have where clause. I have a condition. जिस बच्चे का नाम अमन है उसका मुझे डेटा चाहिए. So this will help you to display specific data. Specific means जैसे मैंने वो सिर्फ मुझे अमन का चाहिए. So that is specific data. Then differentiate between where clause and order by clause. Where clause will help you to add the condition. On the other hand, order by clause will help you to sort the record in ascending and descending order. Okay. Update command will help you to make the changes in the record values. Okay, or modify the records. For example, update command, update student detail, update the name of the table, set column name, Pune and the condition. कहाँ करना है आपको वो आप condition लगा सकते हो. Where roll number is equal to 10. This also we have done yesterday. Now let's see this table. Now could you tell me how many columns are there in this table? There are 7 columns. And how many rows are there? And how many attributes are there in this table? Again, 7 attributes, because columns are also known as attributes. And what else? Fields. Then how many rows are there? There are 5 rows. Please do not say there are 6 rows, because this is not counted in rows. Rows means record, so it is having 5 records or tuples. Okay. Now these kinds of question will be there. It is of 4 to 5 marks, and it is always there in your CBSE paper. Okay, always this question is a compulsory question. Now display all the records, all the information from the table whose address is. So you have a condition where clause will be used. Select asterisk. Asterisk means every record from student where address is equal to Mumbai. Now Mumbai is written in double quotes because Mumbai is a character value. Okay, so a character value is written in double quotes. After that, and after every query, after every command, you have to put the semicolon. Semicolons are a dot and a comma kind of. Okay. Now the next one is list the student details whose percentage is between 90 to 100. Between 90 to 100. So I think it should not include equal to. It said between. Okay. So select asterisk from student where percentage is greater than 19 and less than 100. And percentage less than 100. You have to write percentage again. And when you have a range, you will write it like this. Percentage greater than 90 and percentage greater than or less than 100. Okay, and then a semicolon to display the name of all the student whose gender is female. Okay, so according to this, what we are going to write, select asterisk from the name of the table teachers where gender is M, female bola F, is equal to. So we'll write where gender. Gender, why gender? Because the column is gender. Okay. Gender is equal to F. F again in colon. And then followed by semicolon. Single quotes. F will be in single quotes or double quotes. Then display the list of all the students in alphabetical order. तो आपको alphabetically on the basis of name. So select asterisk from teachers. Order by. Order by clause will be used. Order by student name. Because it has told you in ascending order. So you don't have to write ASC. But if you had said descending order, then you will write after student name DESC and then a semicolon. Okay. Now we have another table. How many columns are there? 4. Fabric ID, fabric name, type and discount. How many rows are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 records are there. This is not again a record or row. Write a query for inserting the following record. Now we will use the insert into command. Insert into the name of the table. The name of the table is fabric. You can see over here. Values. First of all, you will write insert into, then the name of the table, and then values. And whatever the values you want to insert, they should be within the bracket. Now, because see, this is starting with a character, so it should be in quote. Again, this should be in quote, this should be in quote, but the number is never in the quote. If you have a character value, it is going to be in quotes. The number is not going to be in quotes, and then a semicolon. Write a query to display only those fabric whose discount is more than 100. So select asterisk from fabric where discount is greater than 10. Okay. To display records whose type is woolen. Display, sorry, do not write display. Okay. Just write select. Select asterisk from fabric. Why fabric? Because it has told you that it should be woolen. So where type is equal to woolen. And woolen in quotes. Followed by semicolon. To modify the fabric shirt by increasing discount by 10%. Now we have to increase the discount of the fabric shirt, this one, by 10%. So we have to use update command because we are making the changes. So update fabric, the name of the table, set discount, set the name of the column. Discount is equal to whatever the change. Discount is equal to disc plus 10%. 10. Where F name, because हमें किसका करना है, ये fabric shirt का करना है. Where fabric is shirt, where F name is equal to shirt. I hope आपको समझ में आ रहा है ये. To delete the record. Now to delete the record we have delete command. Delete from fabric where fabric ID has given us the F003 is the fabric ID. Okay. So we'll write fabric ID is equal to F003 because it's starting with F. That's why it is in single columns. Okay. Okay, now in this one, if you are asked like write a query to display all the record, you simply write select asterisk from table name. The name of the table is vendor. Okay. Now write a query to add a new row. Again, insert into the name of the table, vendor, values, all the values within the bracket and semicolon. If it is a character value, it should be in quotes, and each value should be separated by a comma, right? Okay. Write a query to modify the location of V003 from Kolkata to Gujarat. V003 का जो location है मैं कोलकाता से गुजरात पे करना है, तो update command we are going to use. Update the name of the table vendor. Set location. Why location? Because the column name is location. Set location is equal to the new value Gujarat, where condition is where location is equal to Kolkata. Okay. Now we have another one. Okay, let me see. I think this is the last one. Display the total amount of each item. The amount must be calculated as price multiplied by quantity for each item. Now, total price will be total price for each item is going to be the unit price multiplied by quantity. So what we are going to write, select asterisk from the name of the table item. Okay. It is just telling us to display the this one, the calculated price. So we will write select price multiply by. For multiply we will use asterisk or you can say star, which is on the keyboard. price multiplied by quantity from item, and that's it. Display the details of the item whose price is less than 50. Okay, for example, this one. So what we'll write, select asterisk from item where price, what is the query, where price is less than 50, where price is less than 50. So you will not write is less than in alphabets, you will use the less than sign over here. Okay, identify the column and data type of the table. Airline, mention at least 4 columns with data type. Okay, now flight number. Flight number mein beta, it's always start with something F something. It is having the characters also. So you can write text or alphanumeric. Okay, number of passengers. Number of passengers, definitely it's a number. So you can take the numeric or integer. Airline, which airline it is. It is Jet Airways or Spice Jet. So again, text, or you can write where. Arrival time. Arrival time. So you have a date and time both. So you can take timestamp. Departure time, again timestamp. Fare, it could be in the decimal values. Okay, so float. I hope this is clear. Identify the column and data type of the table student. Roll number is a number, it is a whole number, so it's integer or numeric. Student name varchar 20, you can take 50 also. Father name varchar, mother name, see wherever it is name or address you can take varchar 50. Very simple. Then address, again varchar 50, as I told you. Date of birth, it needs date only, no time, so date. What is why there is a need to create form? Form, just write what is the use of form, what form, or the definition of the form. A form allows user to enter the information to database in a systematic manner. It is user interface where you can see, enter and edit data, right? Again, what is the purpose of creating report? Again, the definition of report will help you to answer this question. Report help present the data in a proper manner, in an attractive way from the database, and it summarize the data. You can add this. This is the this could be used as a differentiation between forms and reports. The same answer. See, can a form display data from queries? Yes. In how many ways forms and reports can be created? Reports can be created only by using the wizard in OpenOffice base, but forms can be designed with 2 ways, using the wizard and using the design view. So this is from this website. We will explore some more sites over here. Let me see if there is any comment. All right, there is no comment here. Okay, let's move to the next website, that is NCERT Questions. Let me give you the link in the description of the chat, or not in the description but in chat. See, the questions are going to be same, so it won't take much time. For example, again, what is database? Give example. The answer is same. Then you can write the example as school database of the employees in a company, right? So this could be the example of database. Like right now, for example, the database of the customers in a particular shop or bank, right? Use of database, it is used to store the data, okay, of an organization or a company. This is what you can write. What is a field or what is a column? Okay, you just write about the definition of column, and then you can write the example. For example, roll number, student name, they all are the example of column. Define the term DBMS, the full form, and again you can write the same answer that you have learned in the video previous one. See, it is all depend on you, which of the site giving you the easy answer. You can learn from any of the site. It's all correct. Primary goal of DBMS. to provide a convenient and efficient environment where we can store and retrieve the information. Two uses of database management system. You can access the data, you can have a backup and recovery. See, whatever the features of DBMS are, you can write them as the uses. It reduces the data redundancy, there is consistency and integrity, there is security of the data. Okay. What is a primary key, or define primary key with example. Primary key, again you can write the definition, and then you can write within a table like student details, where you are having the column roll number, student name. I don't know, it has been disconnected. Okay, let me see my live streaming first of all. It's just because I'm switching, the problem is occurring there. Okay, let's move to the site. So again, if you have a table, I was telling you about the primary key. If you have a table with the columns like roll number, name of the student, then grades of the student, then primary key could be roll number. Okay, so this is what you can write. What is the use of primary key? The primary key will help you to uniquely identify the record in a table, and it does not allow null values. Okay, this is also you can write that primary key does not allow null values, means you cannot leave it as empty. Name two possible primary key for employee table. Employee table अगर होगी तो उसमें employee number और employee ID can be the primary key. Okay, employee code you can write. The next one is, what is the significance of foreign key? Foreign key is used to create or establish a relationship between two tables. Very simple answer. Learn it from here. Extension of a database made in OpenOffice is .odb. This we have done. Purpose of using the database, again the features of database you can write here. What are fields? How many fields, records in a table? How are fields, records and tables related to each other? So you can give an example of a table. For example, this is an employee table, and the columns are employee number, name, salary. So it has got 3 columns and there are 2 records. Okay, this is what you can write. Simple. Then difference between rows and columns, this we already have done. Difference between data and information, this you can learn from here. This is a good example. Data means raw facts and figure. Information is the process form of data. Then raw facts and figures can have symbols, images, reference and all. And this information is derived from studies, experience, instruction. For example, 23 is a data. But if I write it as age is equal to 23, this is information. If I write 23, what do you will say? What is 23? It's a number, or is it a house number, or is it a token number, or what is it? I mean, but if I say my age is 23, then it is something information. Okay. Define query. Write the definition of query. Do not start. I think this is quite lengthy. Leave it. Do it from the other website, CBSE SQL Education, or from NCERT. Then what do you understand by report? Again the same one. This again we have done. Now this question number 10. A table named school. The name of the table is school, containing data of student who of the whole school is created, where each record consists of several fields. What are the fields? Admission number, roll number, name. Which of the field can be used as primary key and why? अब इसमें मुझे बताओ, नेम जो है वो तो रिपीट होगा, एडमिशन नंबर रिपीट होता है क्या, रोल नंबर रिपीट होता है, तो एडमिशन नंबर एंड रोल नंबर बोथ कैन बी द प्राइमरी की. तो जो हमारे पास जब एक से ज़्यादा कॉलम होते हैं तो उनको हम बोलते हैं कैंडिडेट की, जो प्राइमरी की बन सकते हैं. ठीक है, तो एडमिशन नंबर एंड रोल नंबर दे आर कैंडिडेट कीज. इनमें से कोई भी एक प्राइमरी की बन जाता है. लेट्स सपोज मैंने एडमिशन नंबर को प्राइमरी की बना लिया, तो जो रोल नंबर है वो मेरा ऑल्टरनेट की बन जाता है. ओके. व्हाट इज द यूटिलिटी ऑफ प्राइमरी की? अगेन वही आया है. कंपोनेंट्स ऑफ डेटाबेस में डेटा ये सब नहीं आएगा, ये मत करना आप. रिकॉर्ड्स एंड फील्ड, डिफरेंस बिटवीन रोज एंड कॉलम्स, ये आप यहाँ से कर सकते हो. इट्स गुड. ये स्टेप्स वगैरह आपके देखो नहीं आते हैं. इतना लेंदी वाला क्वेश्चन आज तक तो आया नहीं है. एज पर माई एक्सपीरियंस. ओके, विच ऑफ द फील्ड कैन बी सेलेक्टेड एज प्राइमरी की. अब मुझे बताओ इनमें से कौन सा प्राइमरी की बन सकता है. डेजिग्नेशन में देखो रिपीट हो रहे हैं, यहाँ पे एम्प्लॉय नेम भी रिपीट हो सकते हैं. दो यहाँ पे अलग अलग है, लेकिन मान लो सपोज बाद में अगर फ्यूचर में ज्वाइन करता है कोई और विद द सेम नेम साहिल और पूजा, तो ये रिपीट होंगे, बट एम्प्लॉय नंबर विल नेवर बी रिपीटेड. सो एम्प्लॉय नंबर कुड बी द प्राइमरी की. ठीक है. सो आई हैव गिवन द आंसर ऑफ दिस क्वेश्चन ऑल्सो, और यू कैन गो थ्रू दिस आंसर. ठीक है. इन फ्यूचर, now this competency based question could also be there. Sancharita is working for a nationalized bank and is in the process of creating a table to store the detail of the customer. Find out which of the following fields of the table could be the primary key, candidate key and alternate key. See, account number ये भी यूनिक होता है, कस्टमर नेम यूनिक नहीं होता, तो ये तो प्राइमरी की नहीं हो सकता. डेट ऑफ बर्थ भी आपकी सेम हो सकती हैं. पैन नंबर यस, ये अलग अलग होता है. ओपनिंग बैलेंस भी सेम हो सकता है. तो हमारे पास अकाउंट नंबर, पैन नंबर, ये जो दो आपके वो हैं कॉलम्स, ये आपकी प्राइमरी की बन सकते हैं. तो ये है हमारी कैंडिडेट कीज़ हैं. इनमें से सपोज अगर मैंने अकाउंट नंबर को प्राइमरी की बना लिया, तो मेरी ऑल्टरनेट की क्या बन जाएगी, पैन नंबर, जो प्राइमरी की नहीं बन पाया इन दोनों में से. कैंडिडेट में से एक तो आपकी प्राइमरी की बन जाएगी, जो बच जाती है ना बाकी, उसको हम ऑल्टरनेट कीज बोलते हैं. ठीक है. देखो ऐसे क्वेश्चन आज तक तो नहीं आए, ये आपको ना क्वेरीज लिखने को आती है जो हमने पहले की थी. एमसीक्यू हम ऑलरेडी कर चुके हैं, तो मैं इसमें अभी टाइम वेस्ट नहीं करूँगी. ठीक है. yes, you can also have these kinds of question कि fill in the blank की फॉर्म में भी आ सकते हैं. एमसीक्यू जरूरी नहीं है सिर्फ एमसीक्यू ही आएंगे, इट कुड बी also in the form of fill in the blank. So please go through that NCERT and all the question answers properly. You can practice from here. This 1 mark का क्वेश्चन आपको पता चल जाएगा कि 1 mark का में कितना लिखना होता है. एटलीस्ट 2 lines you can write, and if you write the example for 2 mark का question, it's really good. I'm moving to this particular site now. See student, you have only 1 day between your IT and other subject. So it's better to prepare for IT right now. Just thoroughly do the revision as if you have the exam after 2 or 3 days. Because you have to devote that attention towards your main subjects also. So just finish it within this particular time, within this month. So that on that day you are only revising the things. Because in a single day you can't learn the things, you can only revise. What do you mean by RDBMS? Again the same question, right? Define the following terms. So definition of table, the fields, record, this is important. What are the 2 ways to create table? Sorry. Then what do you mean by data type? Examples. We have numeric, we have alphanumeric, we have integer, we have date time, we have boolean, we have character. Then RDBMS is also known as relational database relation. Okay, 4 data types to store numerical values: alphanumeric, small int, integer, float. Double you can also write. Write appropriate field name and their data type to store record of the student. अब स्टूडेंट का अगर मुझे एक टेबल बनाना है, तो उसमें स्टूडेंट का रोल नंबर होगा, नेम होगा, एड्रेस हो सकता है, डेट ऑफ बर्थ हो सकता है. तो नेम के लिए हम varchar 50 लेंगे, एडमिशन नंबर के लिए इंटीजर लेंगे या रोल नंबर के लिए इंटीजर लेंगे, फीस के लिए आपका डेसिमल वैल्यू है तो फ्लोट डबल ले सकते हो, डेट ऑफ बर्थ के लिए डेट लोगे, ठीक है। राइट फॉर अप्रोप्रिएट फील्ड नेम एंड देयर डेटा टाइप फॉर बुक, बुक का अगर आपको रिकॉर्ड रखना है तो बुक का एक आईडी होगा, बुक का एक नंबर होगा, फिर उस बुक का नाम होगा, बुक का ऑथर भी हो सकता है या फिर टॉपिक भी आप ले सकते हो, तो वो आप कुछ भी बना सकते हो, ठीक है। ऑथर नेम तो varchar 50, प्राइस और बुक का प्राइस भी होगा डेफिनेटली, तो फ्लोट में आप ले सकते हो। किस क्लास के लिए है तो उसके लिए फिर से आप varchar डाल सकते हो, सब्जेक्ट कौन सा है, तो बहुत सारे कॉलम जो भी आप सोच सकते हो, कुछ भी दे सकते हैं, कोई ऐसा नहीं जो यहाँ पे लिखा है वही आप लिखोगे, ओके। What is the default data type of a field while creating table in data design view? varchar होता है ना, ठीक है। Dash are the basic building block of a database, tables. Expanded form of SQL is structured query language. A table has dash, horizontal vertical वाले कौन से होते हैं, columns होते हैं, and dash, what is it written, I don't know, horizontal, अच्छा they are asking vertical rows, sorry, yeah, horizontal rows and vertical column. Or one of his base is an open RDBMS. It's not DBMS, it's RDBMS because we can create a relationship between tables. This is all from here, okay. So I hope that you are really very excited about the next video, and within these 2 or 3 live sessions we have completely covered the database management system. We have done the NCERT, we have done the MCQs, we have done the question answers. So this is more than enough. You will definitely get full marks in your board exam out of this chapter, okay. So in case you have any doubt, you can write in the comment section. I will definitely get back to you, and I hope you will take my suggestion that you have to prepare earlier for your IT 402, because you in a single day you can't learn, you can only revise. So see you soon for the next video. Now we will focus on the first part, that is employability skills. Till then, keep revising and see you again. Thank you so much.